everybody, I am Ben, and welcome back to Bugchecked. I took a little bit of a break for the past week, but I'm back. So today I think we're going to be doing some more close votes, so let's get back in it on the super user review queues. Can router factory reset be compromised? When I saw the topics mention if you believe your router is infected, you should do a reset. Yep. If the firmware is compromised, does upgrading the firmware do anything more? Do anything more as in what? Well, questions about theoretical problems aren't by necessity off topic, but I am not entirely sure what he means by do anything more. If your router is infected, you should do a reset. Does upgrading the firmware do anything more? Let's see. Does he mean, like, allow more bad things to happen? Could the attacker inject bad things into what gets factory reset? I don't believe that's possible, at least not with most routers, but I'm not sure. But this, let's leave a comment. What do you mean by do anything more? Please edit. That's not how you spell edit. Question for clarity. And now, should we close it or leave it open? Yeah, I think it should be. We can cast a close vote and he can ping me once he fixes it. Because I'm really not sure what he's asking. Oh look, I'm gaining reputation from something. I don't know. I'll check it later. Do you have to care about IPv6 for security? I currently have 2 IPs. Yep, most people do. One IPv4 and one IPv6. Both protocols can be used. Yep. Which is dangerous from a security standpoint. If I make a set of rules, does it mean the incoming IPv6 packets will pass through unfiltered? Possible for a server connected to using IPv4 to query my IPv6. That's a lot of questions. And I think individually these questions would be fine, but generally we want one question per question. One question per question, please. Please edit. Oops, no, I already said please. Very polite. You can edit your post to focus on one issue. And the preferred reason for these is too broad. Okay, so this person deleted the system reserved. Don't do that. Please don't delete your partitions without knowing what they do. Thanks. From what I've read, this is pretty terminal. Yep. Nope, is still running Samsung and no disk drive. Oh, so he deleted it but hasn't shut down yet. Okay, that's smart. That's smart. Do we have an external disk? No, please don't do things like that. We'll fix it. Oh, there is a duplicate. Can't boot after deleting the system reserve partition. So this explains how to recover after deleting that partition. Although it does seem somewhat different in that this person still has the laptop up. Although to do anything, like to boot from media, you're probably going to need to shut it down. And besides, disk part will work equally well from an online disk or an offline, online OS or an offline boot media. So yeah, that does sure seem like a duplicate to me, considering that. Okay. A portable antivirus toolkit. So he wants a live CD or DVD. Oh yeah, this seems like a product recommendation request, and it's also really, really old. Yeah, so we don't need to bother commenting because, it's 6 years old. And the author almost certainly does not care that it changed in the meantime. Besides, it looks like the author was deleted, so shrug. Oh yeah, I've seen this question before. New generation netbooks, this is specs. I want to use their USBs as additional RAM via ReadyBoost. Is that how ReadyBoost works? I don't know. Is it already being done, but is anybody doing this on a netbook? So he's asking how to use USBs for additional RAM on a netbook. That seems okay. I think I know what you're talking about. You can stay open. FTP scanner connection. I've just tried the FTP method. I don't know exactly what that is. Well, let's read on. And I'm doing something wrong. I've set up with the defaults, port 21, yep, that's FTP. A user with a password, create a shared folder, alias, but still won't see it. My phone can. I've just got it working. I think he's trying to ask a follow-up question to something else. That's why this is here. It looks like he's copied comments. Yeah, we'll at least need a link to what was going on and what exactly he's done. So, alright. Please edit your question so that we know what you've done. If you're referencing an existing question or answer, please include a link. And comment, and unclear what you're asking. Having issues with fixing Windows 10 bootloader from Windows. So aware of other threads. Okay, issue there. Followed the command given in the answer. It asked me to choose the OS, Windows 10 or Ubuntu. Oh, sounds like you have the grub bootloader still. Use boot repair. Installed Ubuntu is not asking for selecting the OS, but using boot repair was fixed afterwards. Now I want to delete Ubuntu. Yeah, you're definitely going to need to lay down a new Windows bootloader. Unless Windows has somehow gained the ability to boot Ubuntu, but I don't believe that's the case. Alright, I know what you're asking, but let's see. Let's look at this other question here. How to fix... Okay, can boot to Windows or Ubuntu. You want to delete the first must restore the Windows 10 MBR. Yep. Oh, yeah, bootrec is not in the normal Windows anymore. It's bootsect. So apparently this didn't do the thing for him? Haven't deleted the partition yet. Yeah, it is. Is it risky? I don't know. Yeah, if he tried that and it didn't work, then it's not a duplicate, and I know what you want, so let's leave that open. Oh my goodness. He cannot type in lowercase letters in this text box. It is broken as well. Please help. What is going on? The lowercase letters are acting like the control key is pressed down, but it is not. And is going in other applications like Word either additional. I've tried restarting Chrome and reinstalling Chrome and deleting all extensions and restarting computer, but nothing works. Although, oh, I think the super user automatically uncapitalizes things. Yeah, that's interesting. That's very interesting. These all work perfectly fine in 99, Word, Steam, etc. But apparently it only does it in certain text boxes. This should probably be edited. If I wasn't recording, I would do that now, but I don't want to drag this video on forever, so we'll let somebody else handle that. We want to provide an individual user with access to a specific website. I feel like I've already voted to close this question. Work I need access to YouTube. My request to IT was denied. Yeah. Yeah, without details of what firewall or IT things, we can't do anything about this. Let's leave a comment. Maybe I've only read it and not decided to close it yet. We'll need some information about... Let's apologize first, just to be safe, because he already said that he can't get details. Anything useful? Your best bet is to ask your IT people again. Is it though? See, they say it's not suitable for business use. I don't know if putting him in the... Well, it might, depending on your firewalling setup. Yeah. It might be possible, depending on what kind of filtering software is in use. Yeah, and too broad because lots and lots of answers could apply depending on the specific situation. Spilled water on his keyboard and now some keys don't work. Now replace the keyboard, and the new keyboard typed more than one letter per click. That's interesting. But a new one and some of the keys didn't work. Well, this person is buying bad keyboards. My goodness, how unfortunate. See, what was his laptop? Keyboard or standalone keyboard? Standalone keyboard. Yeah, it's... If multiple keyboards failed, there's probably something wrong with the machine. Nothing happened when you tried a different USB port, as in... I'm guessing that means the same thing happens. Which makes sense. Tried restoring Windows and booting in safe mode. Evidently, the same thing happens. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Let's skip it. I don't know if it's close worthy. So we'll let somebody else deal with it. Oh, and speaking of other people dealing with it, it is very challenging to think deeply and to recall all the meta discussions when recording and talking. If you think I sometimes say things that don't make all that much sense, you should try reviewing at the same time as you're talking. It's very challenging. So, Synergy control key issue with Mac and no machine. Use the following. Synergy setup, server, okay. Working fine apart from keys like control not working with no machine. I don't know enough about that software to say whether that's sufficient information, so we are skipping it. Ooh, a possible duplicate. Just starting a movie. Screen starts flickering. Check the cables if it's connected properly, but they were in place. PC froze for a few seconds. A message appeared. A message appeared saying an AMD driver has stopped and recovered successfully. Then PC froze again with dark green background lines all over the screen. Couldn't do anything, so I pressed the restart button to restart it, and again the PC froze and showed lines on the screen. This happened before. So I thought the AMD driver is corrupt. Fair enough. So I uninstall it, and I found my screen won't work if the graphics card connects to the PC. Yeah, that makes sense. And if I unplug the HDMI cable from the graphics card and put in the motherboard HDMI port, still shows no signal. If I remove the graphics card from the PC and connect the HDMI cable to the motherboard, it's the HDMI port, it works. But today I reconnected the graphics card to the PC and connected the HDMI cable to the motherboard just to try again, and the PC started, so I reinstalled the AMD driver again. Then it required restarting to complete installing, but the screen won't open with the graphics card connected to it anymore. My goodness. Okay, well, at least he provided information about what happened. And he's already posted the question. Okay, yeah, so please don't post your question again. If you don't get an answer, you can edit it, or you can place a bounty if you have sufficient reputation. But yeah, editing it with new information is what you should do. So let's tell him. If your question doesn't get an answer, you should edit it with new information rather than reposting it. Because editing will bump it to the active page. So yep, that is a duplicate. When doing a match or anything that returns the first result in a range, is there a way to reverse the range so that effectively returns the last result? Currently, Excel autocorrects the range that entered backward. Interesting. This seems fine to me. That wasn't an audit? Really? Okay, I don't know why that was primarily opinion-based, but it's not. Strange bytes added to the end of JPEG files on SD card. Upgrade from Galaxy... Okay, so smartphone sort of deal. Brought along a micro SD card full of photos. So a lot of photos have been given new modification dates. Updated modification times. New bytes tacked onto the end. I think JPEG files have a spot for additional tags. I don't recall if it's at the end or at the beginning or somewhere else. Yeah, it is probably a signature. What kind of backup system would need to modify the contents? Okay, I don't know if it's off topic, because it's about the JPEG format, though it would be better to ask what it is. So it's only a very small edit. The question is written very well, so I don't need to completely rewrite it. What is this extra data, and why is it there? Or, it's better, even better, what does it do? Oh, that's kind of the same as what is. Yeah. No, they're different. Okay. There we go. It's not, doesn't really have much to do with Android, I don't think. But it does have to do with the JPEG format. There we go. Probably doesn't have much to do with SD cards either, but hey, it's on an SD card. And he applied the tag. It's kind of borderline, so I won't remove it. Clarified question. Clarified, I don't... What I'm trying to say is that I clarified the part of the question that asks the actual question. Okay, good enough. The most important thing is the change to the real question, not the edit summary. Barely anybody reads the edit summary. And if you really want to know why I edited it, you can watch this video. Okay, we have a Dell Inspiron with a bunch of RAM and 500 gig hard disk. After upgrading to Windows 10, constantly facing a high disk usage problem is causing my machine to run a lot slower. Okay, anti-malware service executables, high disk, system and compressed memory. Yeah, that is pretty broad, but it is a troubleshooting question, which, you know, it's very difficult to know what information you need to include. So I'll just let him run that tool that people suggested and update the question. Why doesn't an SSD improve the speed of running applications? My guess is that it, well, it'll only read the exe off the disk once, and then it's up to your CPU. That's my guess, but I haven't read the actual question yet. Articles, forums about PC gaming, saying how solid-state drives make games load faster, etc. Yep, that's true. That makes sense, that's right. How doesn't this also affect programs that are currently running? Since the OS can move running applications' memory pages from RAM to a page file, that's true. It needs to access a page that was moved. A disk read needs to occur. Yeah, it could. I mean, it is a little bit broad, but I don't think it's too broad. And as Ramhan said, the CPU does have a lot to do with it, so I'm going to hit leave open on that. A laptop sometimes shuts down out of power. Yep, that's... Why does it do this? Most of my laptop goes to sleep and it goes to zero power, but sometimes it completely shuts down and loses unsaved files. This is a hot network question, which is why it has so many votes and so many comments that are highly upvoted. Yes, it is shutting down because it isn't plugged in. It's a little bit broad, but apparently it has gotten a lot of good answers. So, we're gonna skip that. How to change default view? How can I change the default medium icon-like view to more compact list? Oh, in Windows Explorer? Or on the desktop? Because I don't think you can have the details list-like thing on the desktop. If you could, that'd be kind of neat. but I'm not sure what he means by desktop here. Let's ask him. Do you mean in a Windows Explorer? Oh, I guess it's called File Explorer on Windows 10, excuse me. Please edit your question so we know so we know what you're talking about. That's a little blunt, perhaps. Please edit your question so we know with all relevant details. Yeah, I am not entirely sure. But why is it off topic? I don't think that's what it is. This might be an audit. Is this an audit? It's not an audit. That's a really bizarre close vote. Maybe because he mentioned using because he has not found it. He's looking for a similar utility. Alright, let me just remove this whole product recommendation request. Way to accomplish the task on Windows 8.1, Windows 8, or 10. Removed product recommend. That's not how you spell recommendation. And is it actually? I don't know if it's actually spelled that way or whether it should be pistachio. Not sure, but there we go. Although maybe I should have cast unclear what you're asking vote rather than pushing it out of the queue. But I think people understand that he's probably almost certainly talking about File Explorer Windows. Alright, Excel 2016 needs help finding a value in 2 separate worksheets. Several worksheets. Columns data on worksheet 1 is in A, the other is in column C. Trying to match the account ID from one worksheet to the other, which is a pivot table, and then return a cell value. Yeah, you're definitely going to need to include some sample data, as this person says. So that is indeed too broad. Keeping a whole table on one page. The Microsoft Word, oh my goodness. Hang on. Something is broken in my review attribution generator. Let me fix it. Okay, that one entry is just going to be broken. Yeah, my review attribution generator crashed. I'll have to debug that later. So I want to prevent Microsoft Word from wrapping table across columns and pages. Yeah. See the screenshots taken for this post. So you go to this menu, keep with next. Ah, okay, perfect. Yep, that is exactly what this person is talking about. So, duplicate. Bing. PC works very slow and not good. 2 computers, laptop, works fine. Desktop computer, very slow. Web browsing is also very slow. What can I do to solve these issues? That's rather broad, I think. Existed for a long time. There might be... Let's search for duplicates. Slow. What I want is some sort of canonical question that talks about diagnosing slowness. No, it's not slow booting or logon. So, bad performance? No. Wait, what was that? Bad NTFS performance. Slow PC. There's gotta be a canonical somewhere, right? Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Evidently there isn't, because you'd think that one of those would find it. Yeah, this is rather broad, and I'm trying to think of something to say to this person, because just saying, nope, your question is not acceptable is not all that helpful. But what would they do to Like, what would I send them to run or check? Not sure. Give me a moment and I'm going to look harder for a canonical. So the best duplicate I've found, I just want something to point them to, is this. Why is my computer really slow despite having a considerable amount of free memory? I don't know if this person has a lot of free memory. It did have 4 gig, but Windows 7 can be a little bit RAM hogging. So this is probably the best, and the answer is you need to get more RAM, which may or may not help, but there will be related links in the sidebar of this question. So, pfSense bridge with Verizon router. Have a Verizon router for internet connectivity and a pfSense router for the LAN. Received an IP from the HCP that's configured for its own address space. I'd like to keep all my devices behind that and forward to the Verizon router as the default gateway. Okay, so he's included the specific model. So yeah, people can now tell him how to work that thing to set it up. That's fine. Is it possible to forward data sent from a point of sale system to a receipt printer? Oh my, has internet connectivity is untouchable. Oh, as in like not reconfigurable? Alright, there's that, and that is definitely too broad at the moment. Just purchased a Dell Inspiron, but like to use an internet hookup and not Wi-Fi. Yes, this is indeed very vague. And as that person said, yep, needs more research. So that is too broad for sure. How to make Google ignore where I am in the world. Whenever I travel around, Google assumes I want to use the region I'm in. To search google.co.uk. How I default Google and Chrome to this. If it's a question about Google Chrome, it is on topic here. Although if it was just about Google, it might be better for web apps. Yeah, since it's about Chrome, I think it's fine. And thanks for viewing 20 close votes today. So, I guess that concludes our episode of Bugchecked for this Tuesday, July 12th, 2016. I am Ben N. Oh, you're probably just dying to know what I gained rep for here, so let's see. Oh, hey. Looks like I got a meta badge and a upvote on a question about pop-ups, so how about that? Ben N, like I said, Bugchecked, yes, all that stuff. See you next time.